When I was 26, I started driving for a rideshare app at night to make extra money. Most rides were forgettable. Drunk people, airport pickups, couples arguing quietly in the back seat. After a while, you stop paying attention. But there's one passenger I still think about all the time. It was around 1:30 a.m. when I got a pickup request outside a casino. The passenger was a woman in her 40s named Claire. She looked exhausted, smeared makeup, heels in one hand, phone clutched like she was expecting bad news. The ride was supposed to be 20 minutes across town. At first, she barely spoke, but after a few minutes, she suddenly asked me, "Do you ever get the feeling somebody's pretending to be a good person?" Weird question, but night drivers hear stranger things, so I just laughed a little and said, "All the time." Then she started talking. Apparently, she'd been dating a guy named Paul for almost a year. Wealthy, charming, super generous. According to her, he paid for trips, bought expensive gifts, even helped her sister financially after surgery. Perfect boyfriend on paper. But Claire said something about him felt manufactured. Like he studied how normal people behaved instead of naturally acting that way. She told me she'd recently found out he lied about small things constantly. Random pointless lies. Saying he grew up in Boston when he didn't. Pretending to like foods he hated. Even inventing stories about childhood friends. I figure maybe the guy was just insecure or weird. Then she said something that changed the whole vibe of the ride. Earlier that night, while Paul was in the shower, she checked his office drawer looking for aspirin. Instead, she found dozens of IDs. Different names. Different states. All with his picture. At that point, I asked if she called the police. She said no, because when she confronted him, Paul just calmly told her, "If you go to the police, they'll ask what happened to your ex-husband." That shut me up immediately. Claire explained that her ex-husband vanished 6 years earlier after a gambling problem destroyed their marriage. Police suspected he left voluntarily because he had huge debts. But Paul somehow knew details about the case nobody should have known. Specific details. Like where the husband's car was found. At this point, we were sitting at a red light, and I remember checking the mirror because Claire looked genuinely terrified. Then she asked me to do something weird. She wanted me to keep driving past her neighborhood. She said she thought a black SUV had been following us for the last 10 minutes. I checked my mirrors. Same SUV behind us through 3 consecutive turns. Maybe coincidence. Maybe not. I asked if she wanted me to call the police, but before she answered, her phone lit up with a text message. From Paul. It said, "You forgot your purse." The problem was, her purse was sitting right beside her. Claire went completely pale. Then another text came in. "I meant the one under your seat." I swear my stomach dropped. Because there actually was a purse under her seat. Neither of us had noticed it before. Claire slowly pulled it out and unzipped it. Inside was a handgun and a stack of cash. At that point, she started crying, saying Paul was trying to set her up for something. I drove straight to a police station. Turns out Paul's real name wasn't Paul at all. He'd been investigated in multiple fraud cases across different states using fake identities. The IDs Claire found were real. But here's the darkest part. Police later reopened her ex-husband's missing person case because of what she told them. And they discovered Paul had actually lived in the same city as her ex years before either of them met Claire. Meaning their relationship may not have been random at all.